that going a little better for you guys?
Yeah.
And it was easy to just come out and volunteer and then take pictures of people's cars while I was flagging corners. And then with time, I just started taking more and more pictures and people started liking those pictures. Hi, I'm Eric. I take pictures and stuff.
How'd you get started in motorsports?
Well, it would have been autocross. It would have been VCMC autocross, and then once we lost the Pitt Meadows pad, oh my goodness, who was it? Oh, it was Frank Ewald. Frank Ewald pointed me to Speedy Goat because apparently Speedy Goat was starting up time trials, and yeah, I came out, and then I liked it a lot, and I kept coming out, and it got expensive. I needed something that would keep me at the track, but didn't cost me as much money because at the time I had a camera. That guy's ready for doing that. And then I figured, oh, I guess it's time to upgrade the gear. And then that was another rabbit hole.
Why?
Because I'm a car person and taking pictures of people having fun in their cars makes them happy, and that's honestly what keeps me going for the most part. Time attack is usually one day of shooting. Time attack can be anywhere from 1,500 to 3,000 photos. And then the import process takes about 45 minutes to an hour. I am much different from other photographers, and everybody tells me I should change my workflow because I essentially edit one photo, copy that edit to all of the entire album before I start culling, look at everything again, start culling the photos, and then, yeah, hopefully I don't end up with too many, but I usually end up with too many. Yeah. It seems like everybody has their own creative style, their own different angles that they aim to get. And I would say that like my photography is, I don't know, different, but not so different. I find that my own editing style is a little bit, I go for a vibrant look, whereas a lot of people go for kind of artistic, and I sometimes like other people's styles better than mine, even though I tend to always come back to my own style of just boost the color and make it look more dramatic. One that was a Rules of Racing long sleeve, and I could see on the box it was reserved for Basil. Basil shows up and I go, "You reserved a Rules of Racing long sleeve?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's the only long sleeve we have," and I was gonna take it. He goes, "Take it." I'm like, "Sweet, okay."
I mean, in a way, we still have it. Just hand it off after at the end of the day.
Yeah, after it gets soaked in my sweat.
Specially marinated just for you, Basil.
Rallycross, TSD rally, drifting, autocross, time attack. Honestly, so far I've loved it all. Everything's been wicked fun. Up in the Okanagan, it's on Vancouver Island at VIMC. I guess, yeah, Okanagan Area 27. Ridge Motorsports Park, Evergreen Speedway. Soon I'm going to be going down to Thunder Hill.
How do you feel about your photos versus when you just started?
Massive changes. When I go back and look at the photos that I've taken, I took back when I first started, one, not only were different camera bodies used, but the angles were much different. I had no idea what I was doing back then. I was just getting used to it. Nowadays, I understand the angles, and it's just playing with whatever I can. Kind of a learning process for me, so it's, as I'm going, I'm trying to find new angles, trying to see what I can manage to get creative with and play with every now and again, but I try not to experiment too much because usually I end up losing myself time when I know I just go back to the same settings.
That's all the questions I have for you. Let's move on to
Nice.
Merlin the Mazda2.
He'd be so excited right now.
Just keep it a secret. Why'd you pick Mazda2?
Honestly, this was before I got into motorsports. I used to have a 2001 Jetta with a 1.8T that had like almost 400,000 kilometers on it. And then the steering rack end seal blew on it, which at the time I was kind of making minimum wage and I didn't have enough to get that fixed. So I sold the car for 200 bucks. And then I was taking the bus to work for a little bit. And then this was when I was working at Langley Mazda. Mazda2 came in on the lot and one of my coworkers goes, "Man, there's a car that just came in from the auction and you're really gonna wanna see it." And I was like, "Sure." And then he shows me it and I'm like, "Why would I want a Mazda2 of all cars? Look at this thing." And he goes, "Take it for a drive." I took it for a spin around the block and I loved it right off the bat. I couldn't believe how amazing the car felt. Went in, bought the car that day, took it home, started driving it, discovered a community of people online that own them. Did not think I was ever going to modify the car. Wouldn't you know it? Of course, being a car guy, you end up modifying the car no matter what. You can't help it. And then you find all the people who take their Mazda2 to the track, and then I ended up at the track with the Mazda2, and it's just been proven to be reliable as all hell, so. The joke is that it's a front-wheel drive Miata. I'd say a little on the slower side, but you know, still fun as hell. I have driven it. I've taken the Mazda2 up to Area 27, and I don't think I'll ever do that one again. I've taken it to VIMC, and I wish I could go back with it because I still want to try and actually time myself and get a better time. Mission on several occasions, and then many autocross events in it, and it's not the fastest, but that's also a skill issue on my part, and that's okay. I never asked for much coaching when I first started, which was the biggest problem because I just have a tendency I had a tendency to think that I was already just going to inherently be a better driver, and so I started just avoiding getting coaching, and then suddenly I decided that coaching was probably a good idea, and I started getting coaching, and now I can see a little bit more growth, which is nice.
driving or out taking photos?
Honestly, that's always the toss-up because it's fun as hell to take photos. It's also fun as hell to be driving. Some days I want to be taking photos more than driving. Other days I wish I was driving when I was taking photos, and it's just a toss-up. Nice enough that I get seat time whenever I do want to, and I can shoot whenever I want to, and there's no real obligation, even though I feel bad. I feel a little bit of guilt when I come off from taking photos because I feel like I'm missing moments that I could be captured. I still feel like an amateur. The only advice I could give, shutter speed priority. Shutter speed priority every time. Don't bother playing with manual. Every car is a different color. Every time you start turning the camera, there's a different light situation in the background. Don't bother trying to compensate manually. Let the camera do the work. And you start sweating and the steam starts coming off your face, and then you fog up your viewfinder. It's the opposite effect of ice racing, where you're so cold that your breath fogs it up. Nope, back to cold. Sorry, David.
Why go so far to take photos of cars?
Honestly, at this point, it's meeting all the people, experiencing different racetracks, taking pictures of different cars in different settings at different times, all of the experience all in one. It's all so much fun.